welcome back to Blackwatch Intel. My name is Crashy, and today I want to talk about an idea I had for the Overwatch League. Now, I actually think a long time ago, it may not even have been on this channel, I really don't know. I know I talked about this idea, so it might be all the way back in like the video archives, but I'm no stranger to revisiting ideas and bringing them up and changing them and just kind of continuing the dialogue or recycling the dialogue in order to start a conversation. Now, one thing about the Overwatch League and just competitive Overwatch in general that I do think is probably the worst thing about it, the thing that's working the least, is kind of the spectating. And I want to say that since the changes to the spectator client, since the changes to how they're spectating events, like having a full ops team and like really putting the resources and time and effort into it, it's gotten a lot better. But I think there's some very clear identifiers and very clear issues that are going on with some of these events and matches that are happening. We're just missing really big stuff. And like, I know I talk about watching XQC, he actually outlined a certain clip where he said that a certain like moment, a certain big moment was very clearly defined. And he was kind of like walking us through it as like a professional player and kind of like an analyst. And he was saying how like they were spectating a Winston and the Winston was backing up, and you could see that the Winston was backing up to buy time to reinitiate with a dive, and the D.Va on that same Winston's team actually was the one that hard initiated the dive and made like a huge play, and all we saw was the Winston backing up getting ready to re-dive in. And like looking back at that moment, it's something that you don't know that you miss. You know what I mean? Like you can look at the kill feed and be like, oh dang, we didn't see those kills. But it's just so fast that you don't really know that you even miss it. But had we had that opportunity, had we had that insight or just more expertise into it, it would be much, much better to view overall. Now, my idea doesn't really tie into the overall viewing experience. What it does do, or in that way, what it does do is it poses a question, something that I think could be amazingly valuable, something that ties into everything that they're trying to sell with competitive Overwatch and the way that they want new players to kind of climb the ranks, the path to pro, get into open, get into contenders, get into the Overwatch League. And that is to have the ability to watch an individual player or an individual role and cycle back and forth. Now, here's the thing. Developing this, setting this up, having a place for it to be physically, this would take insane development. It would take insane resources. So I want to say I don't think this will ever happen. Never. But I do think that it could be really cool. So what I wanted to say and what I wanted to see was that there would be one mainstream for the Overwatch League. And the Overwatch League would have, you know, the overall observing, the team, the group that all does everything that we're seeing now exactly the way that it is. Hopefully they improve over time and it gets better. They, you know, implement new tools and strategies and things like that. But what if there were these like built-in side streams that ported direct traffic and direct viewage numbers to the mainstream? Because that's the whole point. You have the option of which one you want to watch. And these side streams would be an individual player's point of view. Now, the reason I think this could be really cool is because these could then be extracted for analysis, individual player analysis. This is a ton of content that could come out of the Overwatch League. This could be hard viewed by the people that aspire to be that character or that role, that, you know, that DPS player, that support player. This could emphasize huge moments and outline huge moments in all that is going on in Overwatch, as long as we, you know, Overwatch competitive, Overwatch League, as long as we don't have replays built into the game where we can go back and analyze everything. And overall, I think it would just add a layer to the viewing experience. It would add some options, and it would still all tie in terms of numbers, in terms of logistics, it would still all tie into the grand total. Or at least I think it should, because if I'm watching Shadowburn's Genji, I don't think it should subtract one viewer from the overall viewing experience. And as a way to kind of explain why I think this would be valuable is because 9 times out of 10, I'm probably just going to watch the show. You know what I mean? Like I want to watch the overall broadcast, the overall stream. But, you know, I would like to view my favorite heroes and my favorite players sometimes. And I think giving that power to the viewer could be something that we have never seen in esports. And with Overwatch League, I think this would be the perfect platform and the perfect way to do it. And it's a hero game. I mean, it's a class-based game. I think this is, you know what I mean? Like, what better game to do something like this for? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I can imagine watching Shadowburn and learning so much from him in a live, crazy Overwatch League setting. And that could be super valuable to me as a player. And then when I just want to relax and watch the show, I just tune into the main stream. And like I said, logistically, it would all tie in together. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I appreciate you checking out this video. Please do not leave without leaving a like. Ooh. And subscribe for future content. I appreciate it again, and I'll see you on the next video.
Do you feel your bones start to shake? Do you feel the earthquake? Do you feel the fire?